Time now for At the Market from Neiman's Family Market in St. Clair. At the Market is brought to you by CTV Community Television for Marine City in St. Clair, St. John Providence Hospital, and Bill McDonald Ford. Now let's join our host for this week's At the Market. Welcome to another edition of At the Market. My name is Paul Dingeman, filling in for that wonderful guy, Mr. Brian Neiman. And we are here at Neiman's Family Market. We've got Martha Collins from the River Crab and one of her chefs. And we're going to start the show with a special that they've got for us in just a second.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens, and that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John Providence and Crittenton do. Listening to you helps us see your whole picture. More conversation, more back and forth, more questions and answers. That's what helps us understand all aspects of you and your life. Find a doctor who is right for you at stjohnprovidence.org/doctor or crittenton.com.
Look, Max, Henry Ford Hospital. It was established in 1915 with 6 hospital locations, 31 medical centers, and employing over 23,000 people. Wow, Max, there's the Henry Ford, educating old and young alike about the past and the future. Aren't you proud to be a Ford dealer, Max?
AZ Plan customers, lease a 2017 Ford F-150 Super Crew 4x4, only $219 per month with $25.89 cash due at signing.
5, 4. Martha Collins, welcome back to the
Thank you, Paul.
At the Market set. Nice to see you.
And this is our chef, sous chef, Kevin Meyers.
Kevin Meyers, nice to see you. Welcome to the community.
Yeah.
TV show.
And today, Kevin is going to do one of our signature items of the Cajun chicken tortellini.
Ooh.
Not only is it a guest favorite, but a server, kitchen, everyone's favorite dish. So we'll start off with Kevin. What he's going to start doing right now is he's going to heat the oil so that you take a boneless, skinless chicken breast.
Okay.
And you take it and you dredge it in our cayenne peppers,
Ooh,
which
look
is,
at that.
yeah.
Now,
Go ahead.
it's already been covered with spices and stuff?
Yeah, the blackened seasons. And generally, it consists of cayenne pepper, black pepper, white pepper, oregano, basil, and then you dredge the
that's what you
chicken
mean.
in that into those spices, and then you make sure your pan's very, very hot, and then you put the raw chicken in there because you want it to sear, hence blacken the seasonings.
To keep the seasoning in and keep the juices in.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And because if you put it in there on a cold pan, then it just gets oily tasting, and the spices just, like basically run off of the food. So right now, then, Kevin, why don't you go from there?
Can I add some casino butter to it?
Just a little bit of butter. That's a lot. That's nice.
It's a margarine-based butter with peppers and garlic in it.
Oh, it comes that way.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
we make it in-house.
Okay.
Yep. It is a garlic butter, but this is our own special recipe that we use in pretty much 60% of our recipes.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, it's delicious.
And you make it yourself.
And we make it ourselves, absolutely.
Okay.
We're going to add the mushrooms to it.
Okay, look at
Once
those
it melts
mushrooms.
down.
Wow.
Then we're just going to cook the mushrooms down a bit.
Yeah, you don't cook the mushrooms very long, do you?
Just till they get a little bit, till they get firm to the touch.
Oh, okay.
Just cook
Burn
them
to
down
the
just a
touch.
moment.
All right. How long, Kevin, have you been at the River Crab?
I've been at the River Crab for about 5 years now.
5 years? It's a
5
great-
of the best years of his life, I might add. Right, Kev?
Yep.
It's a busy place. I
It
know
sure
that events like Easter and Mother's Day and those things, you're swamped.
Yes.
But on a day-to-day basis, you've got still a very busy restaurant and a great restaurant. You're opening your patio. Talk to me about that.
The patio now is officially open, starting June 7th. We'll start our first deck night.
Oh, okay.
It will be One Love Reggae, hence it is a reggae band.
Yeah.
Excellent. The band starts at 6 and it goes until 10 p.m. Reservations are required for that event. It's just because as the season goes on and then you get those really nice hot summer nights, if you don't have a reservation, I mean, it might, then there's no place to put you. And we don't charge cover fees or anything like that. So it's just come in, we start our seating at 5:45, 6 o'clock, and 6:15 for that.
For the deck.
For the deck. And Wednesdays only, and we offer the full river crab menu out there.
Oh, really?
Yes. So
what did Kevin? What
Now, once the chicken's cooked, we're gonna chop it up. I already had a piece cooked off prior to this, and then I'm gonna add it to the casino butter and mushrooms and toss it in there.
Look at that!
Just
wow.
to incorporate the butter a little bit around the Cajun seasoning.
Ooh. All right. So, but when you said a reservation, I don't need a reservation for just general dining, only for the deck.
Well, we always recommend reservations, especially if you're, celebrating a birthday or an anniversary, so that we can personalize the menus. Yeah. And then naturally, we have our waterfront porch, and it can only accommodate so many people. So, when we look at the reservations and our Landry Select Club members, that's their priority seating. Mm-hmm. So, to come in on a busy Saturday night and want a window seat, we might unfortunately have to tell you that it's going to be an hour and a half.
Yeah, okay.
So, but that's why we always like the reservations, so that we can plan our night and the guests, to maximize the guests' happiness with dining with us.
How you coming, Chef?
Now, I added a little bit of cilantro to it just to get a little bit of the flavor for it. Now I'm going to add 2 ounces of diced tomatoes up.
Okay.
Get that warmed through.
And so, and then also too, starting the Monday after Father's Day, I don't know why I can't remember all these important event dates, but the Monday after Father's Day, we start again with our Huron Lady Cruises.
Those have been very successful.
Yes, those are every Monday and Tuesday. What happens is that you call the restaurant, the River Crab, at 810-329-2261, and we have the dates available. Through June, it's just Mondays, so it's those consecutive Mondays. And then starting in July, we go every Monday, Tuesday through the end of August. And then in September, we once again go back to Mondays.
I'm going to interrupt. What did he just do?
I just added some heavy cream to it to cook it, and now I'm going to cook it down. I'm going to heat it up and cook it down. Once it's warmed through, I'm going to add some more Alfredo to it. The Alfredo we make in-house as well.
A lot of stuff going in there.
I'm going to mix it all through and then reduce it down.
Sandwich.
No, it's just not a chicken sandwich. You better believe it. So with the Huron Lady, and then so that will all start as well. It's $55, but it's an all-inclusive package that includes your boat ride on the Huron Lady, your entree course, your starter course.
Marvelous.
And then you do dessert on the boat
Oh
going
my
back.
gosh.
Yeah, so it's our signature key lime pie.
So where do the people, do they go to Port Huron to board?
Yes, they go actually right to Port Huron, to Desmond Landon.
And there's plenty of parking.
Plenty of parking, and they just go, and then when they enter the boat, we take their dinner order then, and then we give them their ticket, and they come to the restaurant, they enjoy the scenery and the cruise, and then we feed them and serve them, and then they get back on the boat, and then they have complimentary coffee and their key lime pie heading back.
Oh my God,
and then
that's
they
great.
disembark at that.
That's $55.
Yeah, $55. So they basically, the boarding starts at the Huron Lady. They start between 5:45 and 6. Then they get to the Crab at 7 p.m., disembark. We seat them, and we serve them their food. They get back on the boat roughly about 8:15, 8:30. And then they get back up into Port Huron at 9:30, quarter to 10.
It's a nice evening.
It is.
Very
It's
nice
beautiful, especially when the weather is nice. But the Huron Lady runs rain or because they actually have it the whole section can be enclosed, or you can sit out on the deck and enjoy that.
What a great opportunity for people to, when they've got guests coming in from out of town, or anniversaries or wedding.
And we do a lot of those, as well as Jenny does do private events where if you want to get married, we had a wedding out there.
Oh, really? On the boat?
Yep. And then they do anniversary parties. And in this area, because we're just so bound by the water, if you don't have a boat, we give you opportunities to go on these boat rides.
That's great.
And I know that we have just seen that the sailboat now is coming into town to Captain Andrew's in town, and I believe that you're gonna interview him.
We're gonna have him on the air.
Have him on the air, and
he's gonna stop at the River Crab.
Yeah, he'll be stopping at. Actually, it's for all the restaurants in St. Clair, where we can get people coming up to view our restaurants, our city. And they, at the same time, they can enjoy a sailboat ride, which I personally have never been on a sailboat.
You'll love it.
And and I think,
Very quiet.
That's what I love, peace and quiet. And I know that he will have limited, beer, wine, and liquor aboard. And like I said, then there'll be the restaurants that they can go to: River Crab, Murphy's Inn, the Voyager. Pepper Joe's, and so it's an event that will bring people to see our whole area and to what we have to offer. So
how are we coming, Chef?
Now I added a little bit of Parmesan as I'm reducing it down to try and thicken it up a little more. Then once we get it to a consistency that we were looking for, a little bit thicker, we're going to add some tortellini.
Oh my God!
Now the tortellini we pre-cooked before we came here, so that it'd be ready for us. But we have a pasta cooker at the restaurant.
That seemed to slow it down a little bit too, didn't it?
Yes.
Look at that steam coming out of there.
And then when we're going to cook the pasta in it, it's going to absorb some of them flavors.
Wow.
Yeah. Like I said, this dish is wonderful. It's great, very filling, but you'll wake up 2 or 3 days later after having this and like, oh my God, what am I craving? I'm just going to tell you straight up, it's this. It is this.
Landry's is the owner of the River Crab. And
yes.
They've got restaurants all over the United States.
Yes, they do.
And you're constantly coming up with new ideas and specials and things along those lines.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is that we try to really bring to the area, like right now, live soft shell crabs, fresh soft shell crabs. We bring them in and prepare them. Also Copper River salmon, which is, Copper River salmon, it's when the salmon are swimming up, to spawn, and that's when they're loaded with the all their omega-3s and that, because they need that energy to get up through that, because salmon swim Copper River, Alaska. And so they get that, catch that, and we get that flown in fresh as well. So, we try to add things to our community so that, you don't have to go down to Detroit or anything else.
Let's put it right in the middle so they can get a good shot there for it.
And this is our Cajun chicken tortellini.
Look at that. How beautiful is that?
And it's every bit as tasty as beautiful.
I'll try and turn it there. There we go.
I'm going to garnish it with a little bit of cilantro.
And a little bit of cilantro. And there you go. That's is the beautiful. River Crab's, one of the River Crab's guest favorites, the Cajun chicken tortellini.
Chef, do you like cooking that one, or do you have one that you really love to cook every day?
I enjoy cooking that one because it seems like that's a big seller and everybody seems to enjoy it.
Good. Any specials this month in June?
Through June, besides we're doing the soft shell crab, the Copper River salmon, we have also started bringing in fresh halibut. And like I said, our biggest thing is that we try to keep the appetizers and that, where we're bringing, like we have the burrata, which is a fresh salad that we're also serving. So, we just try to keep it fresh and always try to give the guests something interesting. And then, of course, our happy hour.
And you got that world famous Martha's Vineyard salad.
Absolutely. Can't do without the Martha's Vineyard. Everyone, including myself, loves the Martha Vineyard. So,
well,
anyways,
thank Martha very much.
Thank you very much, Paul. Thank you for having us.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
And that's about it for this edition of the At the Market Show. Next week, we've got Kristen Bain coming along from Schoolhouse Grill. And so you stay tuned to CTV and come back and see us next week.
Hi, Sharon.
You've been watching At the Market from Neiman's Family Market in St. Clair. At the Market is brought to you by St. John Providence Hospital, Bill McDonald Ford, and CTV Community Television for Marine City and St. Clair. Join us again soon for another At the Market.